to make sure we get them on a better path. And that's why today, with the hard work of our council, led by Vice Chair Karen Gilbert, our team has been working, and she will talk to you in just a little bit, about an updated ordinance to be voted on Wednesday. If passed, I look forward to signing it. It would create a mandatory curfew in downtown within the IDL starting at 9 p.m. for all persons under 17 years and younger. Over the weekend, Vice Chair Gilbert and I have spent a lot of time on the phone, but she's been leading this charge for a very, very long time, and you'll hear from her in just a few minutes on the ins and outs of that proposed ordinance. Also over the weekend, in collaboration with the Mayor's Office, the Commissioner of Public Safety, Chief Larson, who you will also hear from in just a second, began the work of pulling together a couple task forces aimed at dramatically curbing violence. I want to thank the law enforcement partners here today who have stepped up to support this critical work in our city. After you hear from Councilor Gilbert on the work the council will take up, as I mentioned before, you will also hear from Chief Larson on the operational plans of the department that will begin this week. So with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Vice Chair of the Tulsa City Council, Councilor Karen Gilbert.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, a lot of you are wondering why we're doing this. We want juveniles to come downtown and enjoy events to be safe while doing so. We also want to make sure we protect our businesses, owners, and patrons of those businesses. We started discussing this about a month ago with businesses in our community, but now the urgency has come and we need to get this across the finish line to put into motion. This is one critical solution of many, and there will be future discussions of what else we need to do. But this is an important start. The timeline of this is, number one, it'll be put on our 10:30 committee agenda for discussion. 2, it will carry the emergency clause. 3, it'll be moved to our 5 p.m. council meeting agenda for first reading. 4, my sponsoring colleagues and I are going to ask that the council waive charter and council rules and pass this on first reading on Wednesday. If it passes, our council chair, Councilor Lakin, will sign and move for approval of Mayor Nichols. 6, since it will have the emergency clause, it could, if it's all signed and approved, it could go into effect as early as Thursday, June 26 at 9 p.m. 7, this ordinance as proposed has a sunset clause of March 31st. This guarantees that the council will take up this matter again in a public forum by that date. It also gives us time to collect data, engage law enforcement and the business community. However, I want the community to be confident that we will not wait until March to receive your feedback. We have committed to working with Downtown Tulsa Partnership, our entertainment districts, and other stakeholders to understand impacts and can make changes if we find those are needed. And I would ask that our community stay committed to the long-term solutions discussed by the mayor, and that will allow us to incorporate larger community engagement, including youth, to achieve the outcomes we all desire. I also want to thank my colleagues that are helping sponsor this ordinance, Councilor Hall Harper, Councilor Bellis, and Councilor Lakin. This is only going into effect to keep downtown Tulsa a safer place to live, work, and play. Now I'll turn it over to Chief Larson.
Well, good afternoon. I want to address the devastating violence that struck our city over the weekend in 4 separate incidents, beginning at Crybaby Hill, the Bradford Apartments, followed by a warehouse out east, and the Juneteenth Festival. More than 16 Tulsans, many of them teenagers, and one young man lost his life. These tragedies weigh heavily on all of us up at the front of this room, as they do on all the citizens of Tulsa. Let me be clear. The Tulsa Police Department is dedicating every available resource to solving these crimes. Our detectives have been working around the clock. Our forensic lab was in all weekend. We're analyzing evidence. Special Investigation Division, along with patrol units, are chasing down every lead. I'm announcing today the formation of a task force, which will focus on those bringing violence into our community. In addition to our officers working their assigned districts, I will be focusing elements of our 3 divisional street crime units, members of our Special Investigation Division, our crime analysts, and our skilled forensic scientists. They will work in close cooperation with our state and our federal partners, along with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office, the Tulsa County District Attorney, and the U.S. Attorney. We've collected shell casings, documented sprawling crime scenes, and are using the advanced forensic tools to identify those responsible. We are fortunate to have the investigative resources to tackle these heinous crimes. However, this is just one part of the equation in solving the crimes. I would like to thank the members of the Tulsa City Council, specifically Councilor Bellis, Councilor Harper, and Councilor Gilbert, for having the vision to realize the additional tools we need to give my law enforcement officers. The mayor's office has worked at every corner to make our transition into this task force smoothly. To keep Tulsans safe, we will be enhancing our presence at large gatherings, working with community leaders, and engaging with parents to prevent our youth from getting caught in these dangerous situations. Our success rate significantly increases when the community comes together in a united force. Together, we can effectively make Tulsa a safer city where everyone can feel secure. If you have information about the 4 crime scenes I described at the beginning, please reach out to Tulsa Crime Stoppers at 918-596-COPS. Together, we can build a safer Tulsa, and we're committed to the justice for the victims and the peace of our city. With that, I'd like to introduce Commissioner Roberts. Oh, I'm sorry.
She's like, what? I want to also just really thank a couple other folks who, see this just like police do. It is Chief Baker and the Tulsa Fire Department, and obviously our partners at IMSA. And John, I thank you for being here as well, and all the work that you all do to help keep our community safe. I made a commitment to make Tulsa the safest big city in the country, and I told citizens to hold me accountable to getting it done. I meant it then, and I mean it now. Accountability is not just about celebrating successes. It's about having the courage and the courage and integrity to be transparent and fully addressing challenges as well. And we got a big challenge in front of us, but make no mistake about it, we're going to meet it. As you heard, our strategy is pretty simple. We will be aggressive in suppressing the activities of those who choose violence with our police department and our law enforcement partners who are here. And we will be equally as aggressive in helping these young people on the cusp find a better pathway to a brighter future through our Office of Children, Youth, and Families, our Resilience and Equity Office, and our community partners. The outcome is the same and non-negotiable. It is an end to the senseless youth violence in our city. And with that, any of us are ready to take questions.
First question here.
Do I get a mic this time?
No.
Okay. There's a lot of plans in place that we're trying to move forward with right now, but do you think there may have been a ball drop somewhere? This can be for anyone who wants to.
You've been watching a live news conference from Tulsa city leaders addressing a string of gun violence at large parties, big gatherings, and the Juneteenth festival that left at least 16 people injured and 1 person dead. All of this happening just since early Thursday morning. Now, one of the biggest announcements, City Council is planning to vote on a curfew of 9 p.m. for downtown Tulsa and within the IDL for anyone 17 and younger. That vote is expected to happen at their Wednesday meeting and could go into effect as early as Thursday of this week. Tulsa Police Chief Dennis Larson also announced a new task force to tackle this type of violence and solve these crimes, youth gun violence, and work to keep the community safe. Our reporters are asking questions now. Look for coverage on Fox 23 News from 5 to 7 p.m. and on fox23.com. I'm Shay Rozzi. Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you at 5.
The local news we tell you about here happens out there in your community.
And that's where you'll see the Fox 23 News team.
Live in downtown Tulsa.
In Glenpool and Claremore.
Working hard to show you what's happening.
And getting the story directly from the people involved.
Breaking news. Look at this. This is a live look at where a major